Almost a year I live in Georgia country, in Batumi city, somewhere near the Black Sea. And during this year I have bought 2 flats in black frame, made renovation in it, sold it and earned for my investors, for my parents, around $30,000. So somehow I managed to live in tourist city without working for a company from 9 to 6. From this 30,000, my personal income was around 5,000 per 12 months, and if we consider that I was just managing the renovation workflow, it's not so bad. But when I was flying with Qatar Airways, I could make $5,000 within 2 months, and my life was more active and rich in inspirations. However, at that time, when I was flying all around the world, I didn't think so. And now, choosing freelance, I assume that I have taken some lessons from the past, and I will live my life more consciously. But unfortunately, at this moment, it hasn't happened yet. And in this video, I would like to share with you 3 common mistakes I've made while flying and while freelancing that didn't leave me the feeling of enjoying the life. First mistake is lack of hobbies. It all came about that from the childhood I have an excellent student syndrome, and because of that, most of the time I'm focused only on results, not on the process. And these results typically I want to achieve to impress someone, to be proud for myself. Regarding this, I had therapy with my coach, but to summarize, unfortunately, when I was flying and during last year, I haven't found for me any hobbies. For example, some of my cabin crew friends on their weekend were taking dancing classes, some of them were vlogging, some of them were studying Arabic, jogging and so on. Unfortunately, I can't recall what did I do at that time. Maybe only working, sleeping and overthinking. Of course, there were some spots of happy moments, but generally, as embarrassing it is to admit, I was not doing anything for my pleasure. For example, I like to write poems, but I couldn't relax and write for myself. And instead of just writing anything, I set the goal to write a bestseller book and sell 1 million copies. That was a bad plan, but currently I'm doing a little bit better. And for example, I write long text for my videos. Yes, maybe it's not that the most of the audience like, but I personally enjoy it very much. And finally, I have my favorite hobby of doing long and sweet videos. So guys, no matter what is your work, try to avoid my mistake, focus on the process, find a hobby for yourself and get your portion of pleasure. And guys, if you have similar situation, take the lesson from my mistake and start taking care of yourself from today. The second mistake is lack of health care. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I do drink the alcohol beverages, like wine, beer and cocktails. And just yesterday night, when I came home from the dinner with my sister, where I had a glass of red wine, I finally decided to check on YouTube what is the real harm from drinking alcohol. So, after watching, I have analyzed how often do I drink, and I understood that quite often. Sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a month, but still, in consideration that I don't do any other things to improve my health, these drops of alcohol ruin my brain abilities. For example, I haven't done any sport until now, and when someone asked me why don't you take a personal or group workout trainings, my excuse was that I don't have enough money for that. And if in Georgia it can sound like true, with income around $400 per month, yes, it can be challenging to pay for fitness, but in Doha that was just a lie. Obviously, I had money, but I preferred wrong habits instead of taking care about my health. And frankly speaking, we all know that YouTube is free and there are plenty of workouts videos you can repeat, and also to jogging outside, in my situation on the beautiful Corniche, is free. So I believe if I cared more about my health, ate quality food instead of fast delivery, drank water instead of alcohol, slept well at night instead of overthinking and crying, and did some sports, I could enjoy my life in Qatar more. And not only in Qatar, in Georgia as well. But as I'm still here, I have time to change my perception and lifestyle. And the third mistake is overdose with Instagram. I can only guess what percent of Instagram users post and share the truth about their life. 20, 10 or even less. I don't know, but as I'm aware what is happening in my real friends' lives, and if I compare that events with what their stories tell in Instagram, and it's absolutely different situations. And my personal mistake was that by this year I believe that most of the people, as they show in social media, are happy, proactive, rich, healthy, and successful. I was comparing myself to them and had feeling that I didn't fit, and I hardly can lie and pretend, so I posted everything as it is, and by my stories people could say, well dressed but depressed. And also I was comparing my beginning with someone else's middle. I don't blame people for that, but deep inside I blame myself that I can't reach the same results as they. And that was wrong. I should not have blamed myself. By sharing my real feelings with audience, I hope that maybe I will help someone who is pretending to be happy to see that sorrows are a normal part of the life. And what I noticed when I do posts and stories in Instagram, I don't watch others' content and spend less time in social media. And when I don't post, I watch others' content and again start to think, wow, what hilarious life people have. Urgently, I need some changes. And yes, I can admit I'm still addicted to Instagram, but I'm working on it and try to control the time I spend online. Anyway, I don't know if something I mentioned above is related to you, but for future cabin crew especially, I sincerely advise to focus on your interests more. Do something for your pleasure apart from work and learn new things, take some languages classes, whatever is close to you. I know flying is exhausting, but trust me, it's even more exhausting if you don't have other passion apart from work. While I was cabin crew, I have not been studying anything, and when I have started freelancing, I have learned a lot of new things. Unfortunately, I haven't succeeded yet in my new field. I almost gave up, but something tells me it's too early. At this time, my huge task is to identify what should I do for a living, and if you are interested in this, stay with me, subscribe to my channel, Space Hint, in YouTube and in Instagram. For now, temporarily, I don't have a laptop, so it takes me so long to make a new video. I'm sorry for waiting. I hope to see you as my subscriber and see you in other video. Bye bye.